Interrupted. Anyway, did that ever clog for you at 3? Like, did you ever open with it when you didn't want to?
It did occasionally, but there was one game I won because I had 3 of them. So yeah, that was
nothing you couldn't play out of.
No, I mean sometimes it does hurt if you open too many of them, but it's a win card and you have to play 3 of them.
Yeah, I was just curious because some people I knew were playing 2, but it's just so powerful.
That's why I play 2 of these though, Icarus Attack, because that can clog it 3 really bad.
Yeah.
Play 3. I learned that from Black Wings.
Yeah,
One
me too.
magical hats, which won me my round 9 against Hunters. So they put a Mega on board against my 4 back row, and hats basically saved me.
Combo's funny.
Compulsory, so broken,
fucking like best trap.
Warning, bottomless.
Yeah, you have to play those ones.
The new Big 4.
Yeah, that is the new Big 4.
The classic.
The summon stoppers.
Yeah, I love them. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards. I didn't want to run anything over that because I wanted to play the 3 dualities and open.
Yeah, I completely agree with your theory on that.
Yeah. So then the extra deck. I played Armatis for Boojins, which never actually came up.
The card's still amazing though.
I love him so much. Armory Arm in case I needed to like.
Did you make it at all?
I didn't make it at all, but if I had a Drago Sack on board and they had like a huge field, I could just make Armory Arm and crash all my things into them per game. I just love the idea of doing that.
I did that during Dragon format quite a few times. It's so stupid.
Yeah, Scrap Dragon, which I never needed either, but I like to have it just as sort of a security blanket type thing. Abyss Dweller, which I actually did not go into.
Really?
Which I wanted to in my Mermail matchup, but I never had a situation where it would have been safe.
Gotcha. He had bigger monsters out already or something? Yeah.
I had to grind against Mermails when I played them. Ouroboros, who I only made once, but he did win me my game that I made him in.
That's awesome.
Cowboy, who's really retarded. Completely changed the game. I win so many times off of just
Cowboy's nuts.
Gem Knight, which I never went into, but I just basically played that for Evil Swarms. Yeah. Even though this deck doesn't have as much of an issue with it, it's just nice to have.
It's just another out.
It's not an effect monster, so it can't be Fiendish Chained and it can't be Veilered, so it's really useful. Phantasmal, which is kind of bad, but sometimes
it's funny though.
Sometimes you have to make it. I didn't really get any use out of it, but it was alright. Zero Find, which is incredible in the mirror match.
Yeah.
I only made him in the mirror, but it was really good there.
Card's nuts.
Chidori, which I made all day. Best card in the deck, for sure.
I would imagine.
Maestroke, which I love to make after a party because usually I'll have more resources than them by that point, and if they have a Dark Hole, I can just lose straight up to that.
Yeah, it's like a soft lock.
Yeah, I would like to protect my field with the Maestroke. Same with Drago Sack in a way. Although Drago Sack wasn't as good as I had hoped he would be.
You didn't make it that often, or
I've made him like maybe 3 or 4 times all day period because I played against so many decks that just return monsters to the deck or the hand or whatever, like Madolches, things like that. Big Eye, which I actually made quite a bit. That was my go-to 7.
Yeah, I made Big Eye more than Draco Sack last regional too, and I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I won my last match, Big Eyeing a Constellar Omega. That was beautiful. The one thing I'm just gonna say right now, the one thing I wish I would have run here was Master of Blades because people had like targeting effects all day. Yeah, there's so many things that just target, and Master of Blades would have been great. And then I played this, which I never went into, but in theory it could have been good. So that's the extra deck. I would definitely play Queen Dragon again if I was going to take it to a tournament.
It's cool in there.
Extra deck, I played 2 Banishers, literally just for Mermails because I hate that deck so much.
Did you draw it on the Mermail guy?
I didn't, but I did draw another side card.
That's like the thing I hate seeing that card on the field.
Yeah. 2DD Crow, I actually didn't play against as many matchups where this would be good as I thought I would, but in theory it's amazing against the mirror. It banishes signs. It banishes like Boojin Turtles, banishes Bark targets.
I'd keep it in there for sure right now.
Yeah, it just does a lot of good things. I basically sided this in every single game of the day.
Really?
I played against things like Geargia constantly. I played against Madolches. I played against Constellars, just like all these things that have to search cards to win games, and he is amazing at stopping that. I cited these for Boojins and Noble Knights, which I played 0 of each, unfortunately.
Still so awesome,
Yeah, they took up space, but I would side them again just because they're auto wins against those.
Yeah.
The one Typhoon I sided in all day, of course.
Yep.
A lot of matchups, it helps. I actually did not have to side this once, surprisingly. I didn't play against any real banishing decks at all. I know, it's kind of crazy, but I
didn't see the new Dragon Ruler build at all?
I actually did. Amazingly. I put these in last minute, and then I didn't really play against anything that would beat at all. But I was thinking about it after the tournament, and it's really good in the mirror match because of Harpie League 1 and Hunting Ground.
I think so too.
I would still side that again. Phoenix Wing, I sided this in a lot, but I also wished I would have played Dust Tornado instead, so...
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it's not the best card.
That's what I wished I would have played the last one, too.
Soul Drain, I love this. I wish it was like a 2 or 3.
Did you put that in for Mermails?
Yeah, I actually drew it against Mermails, too, so I love that card. But the one thing I wish I would have side decked is Prohibition, because I found out later on that Prohibition stops Harpie Ladies from hitting the field.
Yep.
And if you put out like a Thunder King and a Prohibition against Harpie Ladies, that seems like a good game.
Yeah, probably. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I love that so much. And then my tokens.
Sick. I like those. Yeah.
Shouts out to Levels.
Hell yeah. Any last thoughts, or what are you gonna play this format?
I want to play Chronomalies eventually when all that stuff is out, but I'll still continue to play Harpies for a while. I have the whole deck for myself now, and it's a lot of fun, even though it is really hard to play unless you open the Hysteric Party, and I'm still not really completely used to it.
Yeah.
But as the format goes on, I'll probably start to feel more comfortable with it, so it's just kind of like a deck I'll like to have for this format.
Gotcha.
I feel like with Chidori, it just stops anything in the game, really.
Yeah.
Between Chidori and Zero.
Yeah, you can pretty much run over any problem, so
yeah. Bounce pretty much anything. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, thank you very much.